My friends, how are you? It is absolutely fantastic to see you for yet another video, and I hope you're all doing well out there today, as well as you can be before I show up like I do on a daily basis to deliver the bad news of everything that's going wrong in the United States, which is what I'm here to do yet again. Aren't we all excited? That sounds fun, doesn't it? But yeah, as you guys know, I've basically been documenting the downfall of the United States, especially affecting the working class and rural Americans, at the hands of Donald Trump and the Republican Party, which has been super interesting. That's not exactly how I thought this channel was going to go when I started it, but it ended up that I took a great interest in trying to understand why Donald Trump and the Republican Party are just absolutely obliterating our working class Americans and and rural America, right? It's been super interesting, and what's really frustrating about it, as you guys know, is that unfortunately, excuse me, working class Americans and rural Americans in huge numbers tend to come out over and over and vote against their own interest, because for some reason a lot of them think that owning the libs is actual good government policy, and don't really pay attention to the Republican Party that for at least the last 40 years in the United States has been robbing the American people blind. And then Donald Trump showed up and of course kicked the door in, where basically crime is legal in this country now if you're already rich, which is a very, very interesting thing, my friends. And I've been kind of paying attention to all of that because I guess I struggle with it. I don't know exactly what the Republican Party plans to do, unless they plan to just seize control of the United States and do whatever they want. If they're actually interested in winning any elections in the future, this is the wrong fucking way to do every bit of that. And that it's just been an interesting journey. But anyways, as part of my documentation of the downfall of the United States, one of the things that's been very interesting is the meatpacking industry having to do with beef in the United States is in the middle of a massive fucking downfall, my friends. This thing is absolutely collapsing, and it is such an interesting thing that we've got going on. And I want to give just a little bit of history real quick, as quickly as I can. You guys know every time I say I'm going to do something real quick, 10, 12 minutes fucking later, I finally figure out what the hell I was trying to tell you. And we keep rolling from there. But I will do my best to sort of give a little bit of a brief history of what has been going on in the United States ever since Donald Trump and the Republicans came back into power, having to do with the meatpacking plant, the beef industry, the beef industry, not the meatpacking plant, because it's plural. There's a lot of them that are getting completely fucked. As you guys know, we covered a lot with Tyson plant closing in Lexington, Nebraska, which sometimes I fuck up and say Lexington, Kentucky for some reason. And then last time I did a video on Lexington, Nebraska, I kept calling it Lincoln accidentally. So going forward, if I fuck that up, what I mean is Lexington, Nebraska is what I'm talking about, where it's the home of about 11,000 people living there, and the Tyson plant just recently closed like a week or two ago, where 3,000 of the 11,000 people worked at the Tyson plant, which is in very short time going to completely obliterate that city, just wipe it off the fucking map. And that's one of the things we had going on. We've still got the what am I looking for? Labor dispute going on in Fort Morgan, Colorado, with the Cargill plant over there, and I thought they had the motherfuckers beat. I thought they were going to get a good deal from the company, and then the company came back with a better deal than what they had offered them initially, but still not a good deal apparently. And as far as I know, the battle still rages on over there, excuse me, in Fort Morgan, Colorado, with the fucking Cargill and the unions and everything going on over there. And if that Cargill plant ends up shutting down, then that town also, Fort Morgan, Colorado, is just going to be fucking obliterated. What happened with that, what brought the company back to the table to talk to the Cargill employees and the unions, was they started trucking their cattle to other plants to have the what am I talking about? I'm fucking struggling today, apparently. The slaughter and the fucking meat packing and everything done at these different plants, right? And I think what fucked them, but they'll never admit, was once they realized that diesel is goddamn $6, the transportation plan just kind of fell through on them, and they decided they should start making plans to figure out how to open their Fort Morgan plant, right? We've seen labor disputes with JBS. I believe that JBS had a plant or two close also. JBS, if I remember correctly, no, it wasn't JBS. One of the meatpacking plants in Amarillo, though, cut one of their shifts at least. But JBS had a strike in Greeley, Colorado. I don't remember how that one was resolved. And then I believe JBS closed something over in Pennsylvania. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, what I'm trying to tell you is the beef industry in America is completely collapsing at catastrophic levels right in front of us. And the reason I'm bringing you this video, and I wanted to do a little bit of a history lesson on that, for lack of a better term, is because it's happening again, my friends. Tyson, once again, just announced that they are closing down three of their beef plants, all in rural America once again. And we are talking about rural America once again, blue-collar working-class Americans just getting fucking crushed, as thousands of jobs are going to leave these rural areas with this new announcement from Tyson, that they are going to close down these fucking plants, my friends. And that's what we're here to talk about today, because it is always super exciting in Donald Trump's America. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying there's always something to talk about, at least. So when he gets us all killed, at least we'll go out fucking slightly amused, slightly entertained. Maybe amused is the wrong word, but at least we won't be fucking bored, is what I'm trying to tell you. Real quick, before I jump into that, I want to take just a couple seconds of your time, like I always do, to thank you for everything you guys do for this channel. I always remember that I am just a humble truck driver, sometimes a cocky, arrogant truck driver, though, when I'm arguing with fucking MAGA dorks that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But for the most part, just a humble trucker from a single-wide trailer in rural Colorado. And there's no reason in the world this many people should be paying attention to me all over the planet, and I find that to be fucking fascinating. So thank you guys for everything you do with that. From watching the videos, liking them, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, and sharing your videos out, or my videos, your videos too. I encourage you to self-promote as much as you can, because that's really one of the only ways to get ahead in this goddamn country we live in anymore. But what I meant was my videos. When you share them out to your social media, I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that does the super chats, super thanks, and the channel memberships. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that support. And my personal favorite, the Buy Me a Coffee link that you can find in the description and pinned comment of every video. They're not entirely that greedy, and they only take 5% of any donations that come in over there. And I noticed a few donations came in yesterday on the Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you everyone for doing that. I appreciate it. I'm out here being an owner-operator truck driver. I know we're all struggling. Trust me. I'm not saying my struggle's any harder than anyone else's, but diesel's $6 fucking, and you guys are really helping to pull me through this whole situation that we're in. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for that help. Thank you, thank you. Anyways, back to the fucking point, shall we? There is something going on with the beef industry right now that I want to talk about. Sorry, something's rattling back here. Had to fix that vibration. I didn't like it. I've got a whole sound bar stuffed in there with a subwoofer. I haven't hooked it up to anything yet, but I brought it from home because I thought it would be cool to put in here. But then I realized everything I use connects to my Bluetooth party speaker that's underneath the bed. So now it's just kind of fucking there. I don't know what to do with it. I have no idea. Anyways, we've got a problem with the meat packing. The beef is what I'm trying to tell you. And the experts in the field are saying something that is very interesting that we've all been hearing for quite a while. And that thing that they're saying is that the reason that the beef industry is struggling so much is because we have almost historic lows when it comes to herd sizes in this country, right? And I gotta level with you a little bit. I think that that is just a thing they say to say that, hey, this is the problem. And while I don't argue that it's certainly part of the fucking problem, I don't think that it's the entire problem that's going on. excuse me. And there's much more to it than just the very small herd sizes, because even though the herd sizes are getting smaller, which they attribute to the drought conditions all over the country, the under the Biden administration, we also had small herd sizes, from what I understand from everything I've looked at, and we weren't closing down every beef packing plant in the goddamn country because of the small herd sizes. And that's what leads me to believe, my friends, that it's actually the other issues that are going on, created by Donald Trump and the Republican Party, that is leading to so many closures of the excuse me, meatpacking plants here in the United States. And I'm going to talk about those today and what's going on. So between these four plants that you need to know, no, three plants, Pasco, Washington, which is very rural, somewhere Illinois, I forget where, it was out near God damn it, I forget where it was near in Illinois. I'm posting a link. You guys can go look at the link. It'll be in the description. But somewhere out there in Illinois, out in rural Illinois, and then south of Salt Lake City, sort of out in the country, is where these three plants are closing down. And we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs once again lost, because one of those plants, I forget which one, employed at least 2,000 people in just fucking one of them, right? And when you're talking about like the one out in Pasco, Washington, which is sort of out in the middle of nowhere, you're talking about a devastating blow to that economy also. When that one closes down, it's going to be a big fucking deal. I think the one near Salt Lake, I mean, it's Salt Lake, there's, I mean, it's not the biggest city in the country, but like, I mean, there's other job opportunities there. And the one out in Illinois, I can't remember where it was down, I just came through it earlier today. I was just driving up through that same area, and I can't remember the name of the fucking town. Over there, maybe around like Bloomington, Normal, all that area, or it may be a little more south of there. I don't quite remember, is the point that I'm making. Out in the country, that one's going to be a devastating blow to that local economy also, right? So the bullshit they're feeding us is that it's the small herd sizes is what's causing the entire thing, right? But once you actually dig into the fucking information about what's going on, you will also see that it is actively, maybe actively is not a good word there, it is created by Donald Trump and the Republican Party with every one of their bullshit policies. As we go through this video, every goddamn thing that's led up to the downfall of the meatpacking plants in America is going to be attributed to the fucking Republican Party. And some of them are right now, and some of them have taken us years to get here, right? Like, first thing I want to talk about, the small herd sizes. Let's fucking talk about that, shall we? Shall we figure this out, you fucking Republican idiots? So what they're doing is they're attributing it to drought, right? And that's a very, very important thing, because for at least, I'd say at least the last 20 years, but maybe even longer than that, there have been oh God, I forget the name of the job. The people that monitor what's going on, the scientists that monitor what's going on with the country, that have been talking about what used to be called global warming, right? It was global warming, and it ended up getting changed into a very nicer word, I guess, climate change along the way. And basically they've been saying that, hey, this is sort of, from my understanding of it, this is sort of a natural occurrence. The planet was in an ice age once, and slowly over time it warmed to this habitable planet that we live on now, right? And even though it's a naturally occurring process, they had determined that humans were contributing to the rapid increase of temperature on the planet, right? And when they started bringing that up, the fucking Republican Party immediately, who is massive sellouts to the fossil fuel industry and any major industry out there for the most part, but big oil got a hold of them and said, hey, we can't fucking have this. We can't have anybody saying that we need renewable energies or anything like that. And they fucking started this whole bullshit argument about how it's not fucking real, right? To the point that when Obama was in office, the fucking Republicans, one of these Republican assholes, showed up with his argument that global warming or climate change wasn't fucking real. And he had it in his heart that day. He was going to go in and he was going to debunk the entire thing with all the science that he was bringing to the table that day, and that son of a bitch walked in with a snowball, my friends, and said, look, it's all fake, it's all made up by the commie Democrats, and they're just trying to fucking prevent whatever, the oil companies from making billions of dollars in profit. I don't fucking know. So if we want to talk about droughts, we can have the conversation, but that's a Republican policy. When the rest of us talked about like conserving the planet, working on like our emissions and fossil fuels and all these different things, and talked about we need to rejuvenate these parts of lands instead of turning them into landfills. Maybe we could introduce some fucking beavers in there to get some real work done, right? And all they did was call us slurs, of the homosexual brand, saying that that's what we were. Every one of us were gay and all that shit, and we were a bunch of tree huggers, we were a bunch of dumb fucking hippies. Well, now the chickens have come home to roost, because I don't know that cows roost, and the cows can't get any fucking water at this point. All right, so it's a Republican policy of denying climate change that has gotten us into these drought conditions, at least at a much faster rate than we fucking should have, right? So that's one of the things. You want to talk about what Republicans do for this goddamn country? That's one of them, right? And then you compound all of it with everything that's going on now, fucking everything, and you have to wonder why anybody votes for a goddamn Republican at this point. But like, why can't we figure this out? Why can't we vote those sons of bitches out and stop doing it, right? So beef right now is extremely pricey. It's an extremely costly thing that we have going on right now. We can't afford the beef, is what I'm trying to tell you. The cost of beef, I don't have the exact percentages in front of me, but the cost of beef is up by a double-digit percentage over what it was before Donald Trump started all his fucking trade wars, right? And you can say, well, what do you mean the beef is here? But maybe the beef is here, yeah, but some of it's imported, but also some of the feed is imported, some of the fertilizer for the feed is imported, the diesel cost fucking, it's astronomical right now. So there was no choice but the beef prices to go up with everything else that was going on in this fucking country. On top of that, beef sales are down by also a double-digit percentage. Do you fucking know why? Because everything else in this country is more expensive now. So when we start going to the fucking grocery store and looking at what we can afford to get, our dollar does not go near as far as when Joe Biden was in office. For God's sakes, I'm still listening to these fucking Trump humpers, these inbred cousin fuckers telling me about, I didn't hear you complaining in 2022 when diesel prices were high. Yes, the fuck you did. Stop telling me you didn't hear me complain when I was very vocal on my trucking YouTube channel about how much shit costed back then too. But what they want me to do is be as fucking dumb as them and say that was because of Joe Biden. It was because yet another Republican, for how many times do we got to see this in this country? Yet another Republican came into this fucking country, got power in this country, botched COVID, got millions of people laid off from their jobs, got 1 million killed at least, and completely trashed the economy. And here we go again. Another Democrat comes in. It takes years of work to get back where we were. And yes, the fuck, I was complaining about how much shit costed in 2022 also. I just knew what the source of it was. And that's what everybody wants me to forget. Not everybody, the fucking MAGA dorks, right? So now we can't afford shit because Donald Trump has unleashed hell on this country when it comes to pricing. multiple trade wars. I mean, it's just absolutely fucking absurd. I know the Supreme Court shot most of those down. He's still looking for loopholes and ways he can tariff because he's 100% banking that money for himself. They don't know where the money is when it comes to the tariff money. And they're saying that like the billionaire corporations are going to get some refunds. I don't know if they have or not, but we paid for that. So even if Donald Trump's not stealing the money, it's a very creative way for him to siphon the money to the billionaires in this country while we pay the fucking price, right? So we got small herd sizes, we've got trade wars jacking up the fucking price of everything, we've got an actual war dramatically increasing the oil prices, but most importantly, what you need to be aware of is the dramatically increasing the diesel prices, which moves everything around the globe. Diesel is what moves fucking everything. All right, on top of that, Elon Musk and Doge come in and they fucking decide to get rid of what they called waste, fraud, and abuse. And it turns out waste, fraud, and abuse abuse meant they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about the entire goddamn time. And they get rid of a program that was keeping the screwworm at bay down in South America. They say that's waste, fraud, and abuse. The screwworm makes its way north, starts infesting the cattle in the United States, and fucks up the herd size even more. Even more. All right? And I feel like I'm still leaving points out, but that was a thorough thrashing of the fucking Republican Party and everything they've done that now leads to where we're at right fucking now. All right? We can't afford beef in our diet anymore as American people. And look, that may be good or bad. That's up for like a dietitian to figure out, not me. But I like shoving beef in my mouth. It's fucking delicious, right? I love it. That might get clipped and taken out of context by someone, but hey, we all will know what the context was. Excuse me, I got myself a little worked up in this video. My old lungs, I forget my breathing techniques I've been working on when I get myself fired up, my friends. But don't worry, we're working through that situation. Anyways, so we can't afford the shit. And then, oh God, 20 minutes in, I forgot something. God, I hope you guys are still here at 20 minutes, because this is a fucking big deal. Tell me you're still here at 20 minutes. Do you know what Tyson fucking did? Do you know what they did when they announced they were closing all of these fucking plants? Is they said they were going to start shipping using trucking to move the livestock to other plants. My God, Tyson, can you get on the phone with someone at fucking Cargill in Fort Morgan, Colorado that already figured this the fuck out? You can't afford to ship things by truck now. Diesel is $6 a gallon. The idea that you can close down a plant and you're going to use the fucking supply chain, the transportation in this country to just move shit further away and it's going to save you money is the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever heard. Why are they not figuring this shit out, my friends? This is crazy. That's what caused fucking Cargill to backtrack on everything, was the cost of fuel to use trucks to move the cattle. And then after you move that cattle the extra distance, you have to move the finished product the extra distance. Pay your fucking employees, right? But the entire collapse of the beef industry, every bit of it, from the drought conditions, the screwworms, the data centers that are preventing the cows from fucking because it's fucking up their day-night cycle and they don't know when it's time to fuck, the high prices, the lower demand because we can't afford it, every one of those things, all these tens of thousands of employees at this point that have lost their job just in the beef packing industry in this country is 100% solely attributed to the Republican Party and Donald Trump and everything that they have fucked up. Every one of them. Try to pin any one of those things on Democratic leadership in this country, and you will be hard fucking pressed to do so. You would be lying to me. And one of the reasons I do this channel, my friends, is why I keep doing this channel, is because I hope for brighter days where the working class of America gives up on bullshit fucking slogans such as lock her up, such as own the libs, all of those bullshit things, make America great again, all the bullshit things that they fall for and mistake for actual policy. One day they wake up and start listening to the actual politicians that are running and making a better vote for them and their own future. And as far as I can tell right now in America, that is not the Republican Party, and we have got to knock this shit off. We're talking tens of thousands of jobs lost. We're talking local economies just absolutely destroyed right now. We're talking about the malnourishment of the American people that cannot afford simple things like food at this very point. And every one of those things lies at the feet of the Republican Party and Donald Trump, and that's just the way it is, and there's no way around it. Arguing with me doesn't change the fact of what just happened. Anyways, I've rambled on long enough. I'll let you guys go. I always feel like I forgot some points in the video that I just did, but that's just how it goes. Love you guys. Bye now.